All right. I mean, people who don't want to interact offline. Can you address this?
Good question.
So people that only want to interact offline, um, I don't know what you mean by address it, but you need to find out where they are. If they only want to interact online, uh, where do they hang out the most, right? So a lot of people, while they're on a lot of social platforms, they spend a lot of their time on one of them. So I would just figure out kind of where they have their home base at, and I would, why it sound like we're having a party? We are having a party
This is the
every
social
day.
black party.
Um, I would find out kind of where they hang out online, and I would jump into their social ecosystem. So a couple times, some of the things I've done is I'll just have someone I want to be friends with, or someone that I want to be an affiliate for something that we're promoting, and I'll become their friend online, and I'll see what they do. Right? I'll say, hey, I want to connect with you. I see everyone is trying to do something online, even if they're just using social media for personal reasons. They're trying to become Twitter famous or Facebook famous, or they're trying to get attention for something, or they're trying to show off their art, or they're trying to show off their graphic design. Whatever it is that they're trying to do, facilitate it, and you'll build that relationship that way. I have a saying that it takes about 2 good weeks of daily interaction before you're best friends with someone online. And you guys should test this out. If you talk to someone every day for 2 weeks online, that you find that they are aware of everything you do and they comment on all your stuff.
Yeah, and I think Courtney had a great question, but I think
You gotta jump over here. We can't hear you.
Okay, no. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think Courtney had a really good question about that, about meeting people online that don't necessarily want to interact offline. I think the biggest way to kind of get around that is just finding what the common interests are, and figuring out if they join or they work in certain circles that are similar to circles that you deal in. So it's like, hey, I'm going to this event. Hey, you should check out this event here, and we can meet up there. I think it's kind of figuring out where you guys kind of mingle and work together, or if you work in that same circle together, and then link up that way. So it necessarily doesn't have to be a one-on-one thing. It can be a group or an extension or an invitation. Say, hey, I found out this great thing online, or through LinkedIn, or through Meetup.com, or through whatever, and you should check this event out. And then I'll catch up with you at that event. And then as you get that event, then you meet them in an atmosphere of more people, and then that starts to build that relationship. That may be an easier way to take it from online to offline. Maybe starting out with where there's more people around in a larger scale event.
And there's a way you can cheat with if people don't want to take it offline. Skype is the great cheat. Yes. Because having a 1 hour Skype call, who are fabulous. Okay, well I'm gonna finish this and I'm gonna get to that. People don't consider Skype as online, but if you have video or voice Skype chats with people, the connection grows, just like you had conversations with them in real life. All right, let me see this question.
Well, we can't say this whole thing, but
I can say it. All right, Courtney meant that people that are fabulous online or they're an ass in real life. Well, I mean, if the person that you want to interact with isn't really that person, then you don't need to interact with them anyway.
Yeah.
I mean that's just the long and short of it. And a lot of people are Twitter famous and Facebook famous, right? And then you meet them in real life, you're like, oh, you're just playing games. So I mean, there's a bit of market research that goes into this for this to work as well as it should. But what was that for? That was for just connecting with people. So I mean, I don't know why you would want to deal with those people. If they're not who you think they are, try to find out as quickly as possible, and then let it go. Or just stick online and play with their online persona, and then you could use some of the tactics that we talked about earlier.